Hi there. Today I thought we'd talk about Alaska. I found this book, Alaska ABC, and actually my mom bought this for my kids when we were on an Alaskan cruise in 2002. So it's an older book, but the facts are still the same, and we're going to learn about Alaska from going through each letter of the alphabet. Did you know Alaska is one of our 50 states? Like Hawaii, it's not bordered by any other state. Alaska's huge. It's a beautiful, beautiful state. I heard once you could put California inside of Alaska 4 times. So it's that big. It's really big. And it used to be owned by Russia, and the United States purchased it from Russia. So I think they got a really good deal on it too. I'm glad they did. So here it says Alaska and animals. So A is for Alaska and the animals. And Alaska has some really nice, unique animals. B is for bear and bucket of berries. And C is for caribou covering a cabin. There's the bear with a bucket of berries. And there's the caribou covering a cabin. Like very big deer, right? It's very similar. D is for doll sheep going down. E is for Eskimo and eagle eating. So here's something that might be a little outdated. Here we see E for Eskimo. And I believe today most people don't call them Eskimo. I don't know if that's because they don't want to be called Eskimo, which it certainly might be, because I do believe it might mean raw fish eater, Eskimo. You could check that out. Put it in the comments if I'm wrong, but I think that I have that back there somewhere. So Inuit or First Nation people, I think is the proper term. I did not check that out. F is for fox and forget-me-nots. Forget-me-nots are these pretty little flowers that the fox is sleeping in. And I think that is the state flower of Alaska. G is for goats gliding down a glacier. And here we have the glacier. And if you ever have an opportunity, and sometimes this part of the glacier will fall off into the water, and it's loud. It sounds like cracking ice, and it's called calving, and it's very beautiful, actually, to watch. H is for huskies hauling a halibut. So huskies are the dogs, and then the halibut is the fish. Ice worm in an igloo. J, just jade. Jade is a precious stone. K, king crab in a kayak. Kayak is an Inuit word for boat. You know, we think that we came up with that term, but that's not true. L, a lynx on a log. M, moose in mucklucks. Mucklucks are their boots. Really warm, and they use the caribou fur inside. N is for northern lights at night, and O is for otter in the ocean. Northern lights are so beautiful. Or aurora borealis, it can be called. If you're with an adult that can let you look that up afterwards, you could look up some of the northern lights. They're so beautiful. P, polar bear in a parka. Parka is the nice warm coat that the polar bear is wearing. And Q, a quivet and quills. Okay, you ever hear the word quivet? Quivet. So I think these are oxes, and I think the fur is the quivet. So you can do a lot of fact checking on this. This is good. It's kind of like a true false, but I'm saying it is true, and then you can tell me if it's false. Okay, R, reindeer in the rain. And they have reindeer herders that move around. They're nomads, so they don't have a full place of residence or a home that they always live in, and they move around and they move their reindeer around with them. Or, they go where the herds are. S, salmon snowshoeing. See the snowshoes that make it easy to walk on in the snow? So I'm told. I've never tried it. I don't think it would be that easy. I don't think a salmon could do it either, though, do you? T, 2 tall totem poles. So here's their totem poles that are made out of wood. And then this one obviously is silly, and it's made out of animals, real animals. These tell stories. It tells history. When you look at that, it tells a history. Using ullus. Okay. So ullus is this knife, special knife that they use, and they take the skin off a whale. And you might be thinking, oh, that's terrible. They're wasting the whale. I want to tell you that these Inuits, they don't waste anything. So if they kill an animal, whether it's a caribou or a whale, they use every single part of it. The bones, the oil, the fat, the skin, everything. They use every single part. There is no waste. They just don't do it for sport. They don't do it to take one part. Vegetables in the valley. V is for vegetables in the valley. And they can grow cabbages that are huge. Whale watering a walrus. W. X, extra large state. Yes. Do you remember what I said? It doesn't border any of our other states. And how many times can California fit in there? I heard 4. Y, Yukon River. That is the longest river in Alaska. Yukon River. And Z, 0 temperatures. Woo! Cold. Cold in Alaska. Hope you enjoyed that book. I just noticed it says, this was written, and I didn't even say it, by Charlene Krieger and Shannon Cartwright. And it says, Charlene, a teacher in preschool education, moved to Alaska from her native state, California, in 1973. Presently, she resides in the Eagle River Valley, just outside Anchorage. Living in a setting of such natural beauty allows her to pursue her interests in photography, hiking, and cross-country skiing. And here's a picture. I wish it said who's in the picture, but it is a cute picture of some Alaskans, Native Alaskans. That's the one author. Then the other author, it says Shannon Cartwright, is a native of Michigan. And she also lives in Alaska. She built a cabin, and she likes to hike, ski, and climb. All great things to do in Alaska, that's for sure. And she has art in art museums and galleries there. And there's a picture of her. Not a great picture. It's kind of dark. Anyway, that's a great book. Hope you learned something about Alaska, and I hope you get to visit there someday. And if you have visited there, let me know.